Welcome back everyone to another NRG horror themed, of course, this time of year. And here we are with the third game in the Dead of the House series. That would be the House of the Dead 3. We are back with the agents destroying the Curian zombies. This is what I would like to call that in this kind of scenario of this game. Good one this. It's set in the post-apocalyptic future as well, 2019, so not exactly a million miles away from today, but you know, looking at the social constructs of today, it's not that far off, is it? So this time we are playing Lisa Rogan, and she is the daughter of the original protagonist Thomas Rogan from the first game. This little prologue sequence that I'm playing through here, I'm actually her old man. I'm actually playing as Thomas Rogan. Same character you play in the first House of the Dead game. So this is like a trailer into the game, into the main game. So yes, this is developed by WoW Entertainment and of course by Sega. It is the sequel to House of the Dead 2, which was released in 1998. This was in 2002. And it jumped to the Xbox in 2003. Windows release was in 2005, and this is the Wii version, which came out on the House of the Dead 2 and 3 Return compilation in 2008. And it's a damn good version of it too. Of course, using the Wiimote as the light gun, on rail shooter. There are a few significant differences from House of the Dead 2 and 1. To this, for instance, automatic reloading is you just got automatic reloading now. You don't shoot off screen to reload, but you can cock the Wiimote, which has got a nice little touch there, and some really nice little edgy bits there. Like I said, with the zombies hanging off the lift in this dark section here. Like I said, this is literally just a prologue section. We go into the proper game after this. This is quite easy because you've got a quite powerful gun, just blasting these boys away with relative ease. And it's basically set, like the entire world is now just completely taken over by zombies because of Dr. Curian's mad experimentations. And the story plays out as such. 3 different endings, much like the previous House of the Dead games. It's got multiple endings given your choices and what you do. Oh, here he is, big boy. Just got a smack in the face with a mace and he's managed to stay alive. Amazing. That's one of the boss characters that you actually bump into later on in the game. A mutated security guard. So, this is the arcade version of the game. There's some nice little cutscenes here. And going back to how the viruses were created. It's all very typically crap, really. But nice style, a nice presentation on this kind of sepia presentation, very good. Certainly, I think the improvement on the graphics are really evident. The environments are certainly more detailed. Some of the enemies are certainly more variant, and I love the extra layers of gore as well. Plenty of that going on. So we take over. We've got to pick a route as well, which is a nice little bit of a free thing to do for an on-rail shooter. So we'll take that route, take the parking lot route. And this is Agent G, looking in his old man with grey hair. He's back from the first game, injured in the second game, of course, when you took on the role of James Taylor, and he's back again with Lisa Rogan, the daughter of Thomas Rogan, with a big old shotgun. And you can see that in the screen now, reloading in the screen, which is good. Let's blast a hole in a big fat guy. That's nice, isn't it? Guts everywhere. Beautiful. And I'll tell you what, some of the attack patterns are just a little bit more trickier than they are in the original. But you can see things coming off, going to happen before they happen a lot easier this time. It sort of preempts itself a lot better. And there's a lot more unique stuff, like you just grab me there. That was an interesting thing. Completely missed the power up there on the floor. And this is when you get the rescue situations. There are no hostages in this, no civilians or anything like that in this game. So when you get the rescue situations, you're actually rescuing your partner, who is of course CPU controlled. But look at that sky, really foreboding. Some really nice use of colour as well in this. Certainly got a lot of atmosphere in it. I think the Wii does really good justice to the original arcade. Here he comes. A security guard? Yep, it's a big old boy security guard with a club of skulls. And we've got to shoot this dude in the head. And this is where we're going to get another little change in dynamic for the game. Whereas when you were fighting bosses before, you would hit the weak spot and then you'd have a chance to sort of like recover. This you don't. You sort of like you have to continually hit the weak spot to cancel out his energy bar, which is called a cancel bar. As you can see at the top there, you've got his full energy bar, and you've got the one at the bottom there. But there you go. There, so he's stunned. You get a chance to escape, and let's blast a few more fat boys. Oh come on, mate! I shot him 4 times. He's got 2 holes in his head, and he's still going. Unbelievable. Some irrelevant comedy in there as well, as you saw. But this goes on quite a bit, you know. There's a lot to this game. I think it's a little bit more in depth than the previous ones, to be fair. It's certainly more atmospheric. Certainly give it that. And a little bit more. I don't know what we call. It's paced better. I think it's paced better. I think the gameplay adjustments are okay. Okay. I originally did always like the fact that you could reload the gun off screen, and you don't do that in this one. So that's a little bit of a noise because you kind of start pointing off screen all the time when you're not. So I'm kind of just shaking the Wiimote to reload. But there we go. That geezer's done and dusted. He'll be back later because he's not gone yet. Run! Nice little action slide. Yes, that was well late 90s. Good. And then we rank at the end. See how we did. Oh, we've got a rank B. We did alright there. So we're going to go into the second mission.
All right, Lisa.
See how far we can get. I think we've got the big plant thing. If you go one way, you will, and we got the fall if you go another way. So we'll go that way. We'll go level 2, the bio plant. We'll go that one. That's a big plant thing. I think is the boss there. Zombie plants. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's
Who knows how many times your father and I
Audrey 2 meets the Living Dead.
What do you think your father did for a living?
The little shop of zombie horrors in this case. So it's presented in this arcade style with little flashing cursors here. So the player 2 can come in, which is always good to have that multiplayer option. And it's got that Sega feel to it. It's got a really nice Sega feel to it, to an on-rail shooter. Something you don't get much nowadays. And of course it was followed up with House of the Dead 4, which is actually a prequel to in the timeline to House of the Dead 3. Yeah.
You getting along with Rogan?
I don't know.
They love doing that, don't they?
My father always put work ahead of his family. I barely have.
And here we go with Lisa reminiscing about moaning about old Dad.
Pretty harsh.
How he used to be shooting zombies and not bringing her up. Well, there you go. What gratitude is that? Oh, sorry, love. I can't take you out on the swings. I've got to go and sort of like kill these zombies that are basically going to eat us all. Priorities, eh? What in things on the floor? Get them. I hate little bugs on the floor. Not good. And tentacles. They're greater too. So again, look, let's say this is a good example of the variance of enemies. A good example is the variance of enemies here. Like, you know, disembodied tentacles and bugs on the floor. And things that swing from the ceiling like that monkey boy there. But, got a nice shot in the back. Oh, here he comes. Oh, he bloody great big... bloody angle grinder chop saw. Didn't get one on me there, did he? That would have painful. A little bit painful. Have one of them in the head. So very responsive though, and quick. It's quick. It's fast-paced action, and it can be a bit dark in places like this. I mean, you can adjust to the light sometimes, but apart from that, I think the graphics are excellent. The soundtrack is pretty good as well. It's got a nice creepy soundtrack to it. Loads of effects going on. Yeah, there's not much to really complain about it. It is what it is. If you like your on-rail shooters with a bit of gore splashed in with liberal zombies all over the place. Well, they're not liberal zombies. I mean, they're probably not all for, you know, living rights. Liberally coated zombies. Saved him. Nice roll out the way, G. See that? That was Styles. Here he comes with his bloody angle grinder again, his chop saw. Oh, and he got me in the face. That weren't very nice. Oh, and there's the tank. Right, we need a plant thing. The zombie plant. Through this door, I believe. With these things. Oh, what they got in their hands? They've got the cutlery out, they have. Nice, oh, yes, lots of dead splats there. Oh, here he is.
Finally, we're
There's
out.
Audrey too. And on that note, I will bid you fond farewell. This is House of the Dead 3 on the Nintendo Wii.
Lisa.
Yes. Splatfest on Rails shooting classic. Cheers. Nova Bug. Out.